Well, hey everybody, I'm Bill.
And I'm Elizabeth. Live simple,
Live free. And we are very excited because we're doing something a little bit different this weekend. We're actually camping at a state park and not going anywhere.
That's right. We're literally just camping, just sitting here with lots of other nice people in RVs.
Yeah. We are in General Coffee State Park in South Georgia. It's not far from Douglas, Georgia. And, since we got this truck, this camper truck, we've done a lot of travel in it, and we've always just traveled. Every day is in a new place. We're going places, but we used to camp, and we would just go in and spend the weekend at a campsite and not go anywhere.
Or sometimes spend a week at a campsite and not go anywhere.
And so this weekend, we're just spending the weekend just camping here and not going anywhere, and it's really special. But what makes it even more special is that we are here with a couple of friends of ours. You've seen them occasionally in some of our videos. This is Jason and Jessica over here.
Yes.
And they live in
and Lyra,
the dog. And they live in the town in Florida where we live. That's their rig, the Runaway camper.
Cool.
I've always been intrigued by those little ones, little trailers, and they've got one here pulling with their Jeep. It's a serious four-wheel drive thing. I really like that. So
you're gonna make everybody dizzy.
yeah. Anyway, we're just kind of hanging out. We don't know what we're doing, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be great, especially because we got the friends here.
Yeah.
This is so cool. This is apparently a cat run. There's a tent on each end, and at two, it looks like a big, huge gerbil cage. They got a couple
like a habit trail.
They got habit trail. They got a couple of cats that they put in there when they're camping.
That's cool.
I don't know who this is. It's just some random camper here. I've never seen anything like that before. So there's Jess and Jay's rig right there where we're spending time. And this is our place right here. It's just right across the street. So that's working well. We're just going for a walk around the park. This is a beautiful park. Very well maintained. One of the things that we like to do is walk around and look at all of the different types of rigs that people have. A lot of travel trailers, of course, and Class A's, Class C's, camper vans, all different varieties and shapes. Pop-up rooftop tents, all kinds of stuff. Every spot in this campsite is a pull-through, which is really cool because if you arrive after dark and you got a big trailer, it's much easier to get into than trying to back into some tight spot. So I've never seen one where every single one is a pull-through. But it also means, I think, that the spots are a little bit further apart. So I'm just really impressed. This is about 2 hours away from our house, and we will probably be coming back here. It's just a very mellow place to just kind of hang out for the weekend. Really loving it.
Right now I am just sleeping on the sleeping bag because I don't really need the warmth of being in it, but if I needed it, I'd have it. These cushions are fit so snugly, and that's really important that they do because that tends to make a nice comfortable sleeping surface without them scooting around. So the size has turned out perfect. Okay, I'm going to grab the rest of my stuff here. Here we go. All ready to crawl in, and not difficult at all. I love this design.
Okay, this has now been 10 minutes. I did stir it once. Most of the water is absorbed from the bottom. This is definitely looking good. There you go, D1.
Thank you.
Breakfast.
Just now when you were talking about it, you reminded me of our friend Brian from Adventure Van Man.
Okay.
When he's describing cooking.
This is the first time we've ever heated the water for this in the Keurig.
Yeah, it worked really well.
It's supposed to be boiling water, and the water coming out of there isn't quite boiling. I didn't know if it would work, but it seems to be working fine.
Mm-hmm. That way we could do exactly 6 ounces each of water.
Yeah, it's supposed to be at 1.5 cups of water for the package, which is 12 ounces. So we just divided the mix into 2 bowls and put 6 ounces of hot water in each one. It worked fine.
Mm-hmm. That's a quick, easy breakfast.
Yeah, this is good stuff.
I'm looking forward to today. That's gonna be nice. I'm getting more feeling at home in this truck all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the cutest doggone little microwave. But yeah, it's working out really, really nicely. It just feels very homey.
I don't even know what we're going to do today. We don't really have any plans. We're just going to kind of hang around the fire. And
I go for a walk. There's some nice walks around here.
there is a lake here. We'll maybe check that out.
A mellow day sounds pretty doggone good to me.
I don't do nothing very often.
He doesn't even do nothing very well.
That's true, too. You know, all day I'm still going to be checking my comments and
Yep.
stuff like that on my cell phone.
Well, we can still do things like going camping, you know. It's just that, yeah, you never actually take a day off.
There's some paddle boats. I guess you can rent them. I don't know. I don't see anybody out in them right now. Nice little lake. Island in the middle. There's some fisher people right over there.
Now, right next to this lake is a living history heritage farm We didn't know it was here. It's part of the state park. Once you pay the entrance fee to get into the park, then the farm is free. So we're going to go over and check it out.
Are on loan from his family property. So the very first industry out here where you would grow a cash crop would have been cotton. But overall, this is not rich soil. If you go outside and you look down, you see that we have very, very sandy soil. So because of that, a lot of the people out here were subsistence farmers. So you might own 400 acres, but only farm 2 to 3 of it. You had to clear the land, you had to cut down the trees, and again, the soil isn't really rich. So you were farming sweet potatoes, you were farming corn, you were farming beans, and that was just to keep you alive. And then you would grow just enough cotton so you could sell to get the boughten things that you would go into town for. Now,
You could film me crossing the bridge.
So this is a pretty cool place. None of these buildings were here originally. They are all original, but they've been moved here from other places. That building right there is the oldest one in the county, and she told us the name of who it belonged to. I don't remember, but it was built in 1831, and it's the oldest continuously standing building in the county, and they moved it here along with all of these others.
Well, I think that, you mean that one got moved here too?
Yes.
It wasn't continuously standing? Okay, yeah. Yeah, you can tell it's old.
Yeah.
My goodness. This
And
is a neat place.
This is a working farm. It's got all kinds of animals,
See the big garden bed?
and they're all heritage chickens and heritage horses and different things like that. Pretty cool place. So the original crop in this area, of course, was cotton, but then in the, I think it was the 1830s or 1820s, the cotton crop was all completely decimated by a certain type of boll weevil. So after that, they started raising tobacco, and this is one of the original tobacco drying barns. And then after tobacco, they went into turpentine. The type of tree in this area produces turpentine, so that was the third big industry. The turpentine trees they're called longleaf pine, have been almost decimated, and that species of pine is now endangered. So we don't make turpentine here in the U.S. anymore. If you get turpentine, it's coming from South America. They had a fire there. They had to keep the temperature constant between 80 degrees and 130 degrees, and that took some skill to be able to do that with those fires in order to dry the tobacco. So I was really impressed with the woman who just told us about it, and she told us at the end, this is only her second day doing this. It blew me away. She's so knowledgeable. And then she said she has a degree in anthropology, and she taught history for 20 years, so she's well versed in her history. She talked all about the history of the whole area and all the crops that were raised, and it was, to tell you the truth, I didn't really expect much. I was fascinated by it. Very good place to visit if you're interested at all in the history of South Georgia. Really cool. I recommend it. Oh, and she said that a lot of the damage, all of the damage that you see in the area with the trees was from Hurricane Helene, which was last fall. She said there are estimated 30,000 trees just in the park that were taken out by Hurricane Helene. And right after the hurricane, they didn't think they'd be able to open the park for 2 years. And they opened 4 months later. And that's a testament to the number of high quality volunteers that this park has. And there's still a lot of damage. There's still buildings that aren't open and all that, but one camp, they have 2 camp loops, and one of them is open, the one we're in, and I'm just amazed at how much they've gotten done with mostly volunteer work. And it's right next to the lake here at the state park. To be honest, I didn't know what to expect with this living farm, this heritage farm on the property of General Coffee State Park in South Georgia. It turned out to be much better than I expected. Very informative, very interesting. So if you ever get into the area, check out this living farm at the state park.
Oh, very good. Okay.
The same one.
Oh, so you have a double.
Oh, that's
So
right.
now you have to prove it.
Perfect.
There you go.
That's
Thank
an
you.
extra
I've
play.
got to get used to this.
Yeah.
But there, I was able to prove it.
There you go.
And if you have any more 8s, you can keep playing off the 8 as well.
Yeah, you can go off the
I,
side.
I can.
You can
Yep.
spin it. They call
But
them
at a
spinners. You
different
can-
turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My train's on.
Your train's on? Okay. I have to do a voiceover.
So this is our last morning, and we woke up this morning and it was pouring rain. So we decided, as we left, instead of cooking in the breakfast in the campsite, we decided to stop in at Huddle House. So here we are at Huddle House, enjoying our last meal together before we head home.
You've been great.
So it's been a great trip. We've absolutely loved it. Thanks for watching.
We're simple.
Live free. You be blessed.
Love you guys. Of course, we'll see you soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.